The town of Blackridge did not appear on most maps anymore. If you drove too fast along Route 17, you might miss the turn entirely. A cracked wooden sign leaning into the weeds, its lettering bleached by decades of sun and neglect. Blackridge, it read, though the A had long ago peeled away, leaving something that looked more like a warning than a name. Most people didn't come here by accident. Daniel Mercer did. He was a writer, or at least he used to be, the kind who had tasted minor success once and then spent years chasing it like a ghost. When the noise of the city became unbearable, sirens, deadlines, the hollow applause of people who didn't really care, he packed his things and drove north without a plan. Blackridge was where his car broke down. The engine gave out just as the sun dipped below the hills, leaving the sky a bruised purple. Daniel cursed, coasted to the side of the road, and stepped out into a silence so complete it felt staged, like a set waiting for actors who never arrived. No traffic, no wind, just trees, tall, skeletal things crowding the road like silent witnesses. And then, in the distance, the town. Blackridge was smaller than he expected. A handful of buildings clustered around a narrow main street. A diner with darkened windows. A general store that looked like it hadn't been open since the 90s. A church with a crooked steeple that leaned like it was trying to listen to something underground. Daniel knocked on the first door he found with lights inside. It took a long time before anyone answered. When the door finally creaked open, an old man stood there, his face lined like dry earth, his eyes too sharp for his age. "You're not from here," the man said. "Car trouble," Daniel replied. "I just need a phone, maybe a place to stay." The man stared at him a moment too long, as if weighing something. "You can stay," he said at last. "Name's Harold Pike. Don't wander at night." Daniel forced a smile. Wasn't planning on it. But something in Harold's tone suggested that wasn't a suggestion. It was a rule. Harold's house smelled faintly of dust and something older, something like damp wood and iron. Daniel was given a small room upstairs. The bed creaked when he sat on it, and the window overlooked the town. The buildings huddled together like they were afraid of the surrounding forest. "Dinner's at 7, Harold called from downstairs. Daniel checked his watch. It was already 6:58. Dinner was quiet. Harold ate slowly, methodically, his eyes occasionally flicking toward Daniel as if expecting him to say something important. "So," Daniel began, "how long have you lived here?" "All my life." "Not many people left, huh?" "Enough." The answer shut down further questions. After dinner, Daniel tried his phone. No signal. The landline in the kitchen produced only a low, steady hum. "Storm knocked things out," Harold said without being asked. Daniel didn't remember seeing any storm. That night, he couldn't sleep. It wasn't just the unfamiliar bed or the silence. It was the sound. At first, he thought it was wind, a low, distant moaning that seemed to rise and fall like breathing. But as he lay there, staring at the ceiling, he realized it wasn't coming from outside. It was coming from below, from beneath the house. Daniel sat up. The sound stopped. He waited, heart pounding, ears straining. Nothing. Just silence again. Eventually, exhaustion pulled him under. In the morning, Blackridge looked almost normal. Almost. A few people moved along the street, but they kept their heads down, their movements quick and purposeful. No one lingered. No one talked. Daniel walked to the diner. Inside, a woman stood behind the counter, wiping a glass that didn't look like it needed wiping. "Coffee?" she asked. "Please." Her name was Ruth. She didn't offer a last name. "You staying long?" she asked. "Just until my car's fixed." Ruth hesitated. "You should leave before that," she said quietly. Daniel frowned. "Why?" She glanced toward the window, as if checking whether someone was listening. "Because people who stay don't leave the same." Before Daniel could ask more, the bell above the door rang. Everyone in the diner fell silent. A man entered, tall, pale, dressed in a dark coat despite the warmth of the day. His eyes swept the room slowly, deliberately, lingering on each face. When they reached Daniel, they stopped. Something in Daniel's chest tightened. The man smiled. It wasn't a friendly smile. "New face," he said. No one responded. The man approached Daniel's table. "I'm Elias Vorn," he said, extending a hand. Daniel hesitated, then shook it. The skin was cold. "Daniel Mercer." Elias nodded, as if confirming something he already knew. "You should be careful, Mr. Mercer," he said softly. "Blackridge has a way of keeping what it needs." Then he turned and left. The room exhaled as one. That night, the sound returned, louder this time. Not just a moan, something deeper, like a vast hollow space resonating with movement. Daniel couldn't ignore it anymore. He grabbed a flashlight and stepped into the hallway. The house was dark, but not empty. He could hear Harold downstairs, whispering. Daniel crept down the stairs, careful to avoid the creaking steps. The kitchen door was ajar. Inside, Harold stood near a trap door Daniel hadn't noticed before. It was set into the floor, its edges worn smooth by years of use. Harold's voice was low, reverent. "It won't be long now," he whispered. "We've brought you another." Daniel's stomach dropped. The trap door trembled. From below, something answered, a sound that was not human. Daniel stepped back. The floorboard beneath him creaked. Harold's head snapped up. Their eyes met. For a moment, neither moved. Then Harold smiled. "You weren't supposed to see that," he said. Daniel ran. Out the door, into the night, into the suffocating darkness of Blackridge. But the town felt different now. Alive. Watching. Windows glowed faintly, silhouettes moving behind them. Doors creaked open just a fraction, as if the town itself was peeking out at him. The ground beneath his feet felt wrong, soft, like something shifting far below. He reached the main street. Elias was waiting. "Going somewhere?" he asked calmly. "What is this place?" Daniel demanded. Elias tilted his head. "Blackridge sits on something ancient," he said. "Something hungry. Long ago, the town made a bargain. We feed it, and it lets us remain." Daniel shook his head. "You're insane." "Am I?" Elias gestured toward the ground. It moved. Just slightly. But enough. "You heard it, didn't you?" Elias continued. "It calls to those who don't belong. It knows you're here." Daniel backed away. "No." Elias stepped closer. "Yes. And now, so do we." Figures emerged from the shadows. Harold, Ruth, others Daniel had seen during the day, all watching, all smiling. "You're not leaving," Elias said gently. The ground split, a crack running through the street, widening, breathing. From the darkness below, something rose. Not a creature. Not exactly. A mass of shifting shapes, too large to comprehend, its surface rippling like liquid shadow. Faces seemed to form and dissolve within it, screaming, whispering, begging. The sound filled the air. That same low moan, but now Daniel understood. It wasn't the creature making the sound. It was the people inside it. Daniel tried to run. Hands grabbed him, dragged him toward the crack. "No!" he screamed, thrashing. Elias leaned close. "It won't hurt for long," he said. "That's the mercy we offer." Daniel looked into the darkness. Something looked back. Something that recognized him. That had been waiting. The last thing he saw was the town standing in silence, watching as he was pulled into the hollow beneath Blackridge. In the morning, the road was empty again. No broken car, no footprints. Just the leaning sign. Blackridge. Waiting. For the next traveler who wouldn't see it until it was too late.